Every successful business starts with one smart decision. Welcome to the Smart Small Business Show. Join entrepreneur and business consultant Todd Abraham as he shares decades of real-world experience to help you avoid costly mistakes, make smarter business decisions, and build a stronger, more successful business. And now, the Smart Small Business Show.
Welcome to the Smart Small Business Show. My name is Todd Abraham. I am your host, and today is Sunday, July the 26th, 2026, and today we've got a really good topic for you. The topic today is why most small businesses fail before they ever succeed. Starting a business has never been easier, but keeping one alive has never been harder. Most businesses don't fail because their owners lack ambition. They fail because they make predictable mistakes that can be avoided. I've owned multiple businesses over the past 3 decades. I've made mistakes, watched other owners make them, and helped companies avoid many of these same pitfalls. Today, I am sharing some of the biggest lessons that I've learned. Now, just to give you a brief introduction of myself, I'm 58 years old. I currently own 3 businesses technically, but ideally 4, as I own franchiseradio.net, which is our tagline is your information station for everything franchising. As a business owner, a Christian, and a preacher of the gospel, it is my heart's desire to help you, the small business owner, to avoid the pitfalls and mistakes that come with owning a business. And one of the biggest mistakes you can ever make is not seeking wise counsel. The Word of God is so clear throughout Proverbs, teaching us through wise counsel, make thy war. And in the multitude of counselors, there is safety. And today we're going to talk about some things that maybe you know, but maybe you need to hear it from somebody who has been down that road and has, been through that pitfall, that hole, and somebody who cares about your success. Because let's face it, small businesses are a cornerstone of the American economy. And howbeit I'm thankful for larger businesses like Walmart. We have an awesome Walmart here in Athens, Tennessee, where I'm based at. But at the same time, small businesses are such a blessing for every community because it helps sustain families, but it also helps keep that local community vibe active and strong and community strong. And so that is part of my passion for doing this podcast, is helping you, the small business owner, with tips and tricks to be more successful, to make more money, to save more money. That's critical. As we've all heard, a penny saved is a penny earned. And to slow down, to stop trying to do everything yourself. This is going to be a 2-part episode because there's just too much information to cover in one episode. And my goal is to keep the podcast 45 minutes or less because I know that we're all busy people, including myself. So again, episode 4, part 1, the topic is why most small businesses fail before they ever succeed. Mistake number 1, they don't solve a real problem. People buy solutions, not products. So you need to ask yourself, what problem am I solving, and why should someone choose my business? What makes your business stand out? You really need to sit down and consider, what is your edge? If there's 50 plumbers in your area, I don't care if there's 100 plumbers in your area, there's always something that you can do or that you already do that can make you stand out. And so that's something that you need to consider. And it's another reason why you need somebody in addition to yourself to help guide you and counsel you through your business. That is why a qualified small business consultant, such as myself, is such a critical addition to your team, because they can look at your business objectively and you say, well, their price is high. Is their price high if the money they keep you from losing, making poor decisions, high? Is it high considering it's 100% tax deductible? Is it high considering that you might mess up and spend $5,000 on some sort of a marketing venture, which either A, was by a company that promised more than they could deliver, or B, because you really didn't know what you were getting into? So, again, ask yourself, what problem am I solving, and why should someone choose my business? And you should strive to do things and develop habits in your business that people will talk about. One of the things, I own a small computer repair, a small business, a computer repair service here in Athens, Tennessee. And several things about the reviews, the Lord has blessed me. I'm up to about 100 5-star reviews. I give God all the glory for it. But let me tell you some of the things that are resonant throughout my reviews. Friendly service, quick turnaround times, competitive pricing. And it's quite a few of my reviews for people that never gave me a dime, but I took the time to help them with advice and following up with them and counseling them against bringing me their computer, not because I don't want to make more money, but because my purpose is to help people through my computer repair business. Mistake number 2, they don't know their numbers. You know your revenue, your profit, your gross margin, your monthly expenses, and break-even point. You can't steer a business if you don't know the dashboard. So you know how much you charge, you know what you need to make to cover your monthly expenses and to build your business with, but you need to know every detail. And that's where an accountant comes in so handy. So handy. Again, I know when you're starting a small business because I've started many. I've counseled others to help them start their businesses, and I'm currently a consultant helping 2 clients with their startups. But my point is that you need to consider doing what you do and helping find experts to help you do what you don't know how to do. And even a professional accountant, they're not as expensive as you think. Some are, but I've got a very good friend and faithful advertiser in the newspaper that I publish, Heartbeat Christian News. Her name is Rebecca Hutzel, certified public accountant. She's located here in Athens, Tennessee, and she is a phenomenal accountant, and she's more affordable than you might think. But again, if she can save you tons of money and help you get your finances organized and get you on a good budget, be that voice of accountability, then fantastic. You say, are you promoting her? I am. I am, but not just because she's been a longtime friend and faithful supporter of Heartbeat Christian News, but because she's very good at what she does and her prices are competitive, they're affordable, and she's honest as the day is long and she's got one of the best senses of humor that from an individual I've ever met. Mistake number 3, they try to do everything themselves. Owners become the accountant, the marketer, the web designer, the salesperson, the IT department, and customer service representative. Delegation and outsourcing free you to grow your business. Now, again, I understand you have to scale these things, so take them in the order of importance. If you're starting a small business or if you've been in business for less than a year, your first priority would be to have a business consultant. Because again, and am I recommending myself? Yes, obviously. I have a consulting business, but the reason being is because, again, they are going to help you in so many ways. They're going to help you as far as making the right purchases, maybe not for your products or services that you sell, but for your marketing ventures. Because again, as I've said before, there are a lot of savvy talking, slick talking salespeople in the advertising business that will promise you the moon, but they cannot deliver, and they don't care. They don't care. They just want to get you to sign that contract for that billboard. I'm not putting billboards down. They want to get you, but billboards are not right for every business, especially a new startup business where the budget's tight. And But let me give you an example. There are a zillion companies out there, and many of them operate through LinkedIn, promising you lead generation. Oh, we've got the best leads you can possibly imagine, blah, blah, blah. And about 100% of them that I've heard of, they're all garbage. I've actually used one of those services. The leads were garbage. It was a $7,500 flop. And sadly, thankfully, it was a very good friend of mine who gave it to me as a gift, but sadly, it was still a loss. So, again, delegation and outsourcing free you to grow your business. And the reason the business consultant is the most in the first priority is because they can help you to line up the other areas where you will need help or where you can use help, such as finding a good accountant, developing the right marketing strategies based on your budget and what's actually going to work for you, and helping you to find a professional web designer, different things like that, so that you can focus on what you do best, which is whatever your business is. Granted, just like I've talked about here, businesses are not started by lazy people 95% of the time. They're not started. They're started from a desire for other people to stop telling you what to do. You want to set your own schedule. You want to be flexible. You don't mind working hard, but just because you can do that and you've got the skill set doesn't mean that you don't need help on the back end. So again, your first priority, hire yourself a business consultant. If it's not me, you find one, do your research and read the reviews. Okay. And your next one is your accountant. I understand not everybody can afford an accountant to start with, and maybe you've got someone in your family who's good at that. If you do, that's great. If you're married and your spouse is, good with numbers and accounting, that's great. But those two things you really, really need. You may not need a business consultant for the duration of your business, but at least for the startup of it, you're crazy if you don't. And the thing is, let's say that you pay that business consultant $1,500 for 10 hours of consulting. Well, they're only going to bill you for what they actually do. So that additional consulting contract can spread out over a year. But look at the money you're saving yourself by making smarter decisions, by making decisions based on, what's the word I'm looking for? A meeting of the minds from people who are experts in their own field. And to let you know, I am an expert in marketing. I'm an expert in internet marketing, not because anything else other than it's a God-given gift, and I've got a world of experience in it because I've done it. For myself, I've consulted other businesses with it, and that is a very important part of your business. So, and you must have a marketing budget. You must advertise your business in some way, shape, form, or fashion. You've got to get your name out there. Mistake number 4. Which is just what I talked about. Poor marketing. The best product doesn't always win. The best marketed product often does. Discuss branding, consistency, referrals, SEO, email marketing, and social media. Listen, there are a lot of techniques out there that you can do these days, which are still affordable and low cost, which I call guerrilla marketing. So let me give an example. If you have a business and you don't have a professional Facebook page, you are losing money. It's free and it's good branding, and you can invite your friends to like your page, and you can post an update at least once a week to your page. And there's so many different things that you can do. If you don't have a LinkedIn page for your business, you are losing money. Why? Because it's free publicity. It's free publicity. And there are other social media services out there that people use that I don't use. Instagram, that's a good one if you have a business that a business that has a visually appealing product, like maybe you're a cake decorator, or you're a floral person, or you're a house cleaner and you're showing before and after pictures. There's so many businesses out there where Instagram is a great tool. Why? Because it's free. It's free. TikTok. Overall, I don't like TikTok, but it can be a very effective marketing tool for your business. And again, if it's something that you don't know how to do, maybe you can find somebody who will help you to promote your business on TikTok. My nephew is a loan officer, and he generates so much business and publicity through TikTok. And he is one of the best in his business in his area. His name is Jonah Abraham, and he's based out of the Dawsonville, Cumming, Georgia, Gainesville, Georgia area. Jonah Abraham, look him up. He's dynamic, one of the top producers in his company, if not the top producer. But he markets himself. He markets his business. And TikTok is a very big way that he does it. But again, door hangers, still a very effective form of marketing. Does it take time? Yes, it does. And let me give you another secret. If you're starting up your business and that is the only thing you're doing, in other words, you don't have a side hustle to help bring in the money or to bring in extra money while your primary business gets off the ground, when you're not actually doing your business, again, plumber, electrician, or whatever, you need to be out marketing your business. You need to be out marketing your business. Go door to door business. Get yourself a nice work shirt and dress the part. Look presentable. Look professional. And if nothing else, you're handing out business cards door to door. People still love people-to-people contact. Door hangers, business cards, on bulletin boards, and it's just flyers. But again, if you're doing your business full time and you don't have a side hustle, when you're not actually doing your business, again, heating and air, whatever it is, you need to be out marketing your business. You can get in networking groups like BNI. BNI is not cheap, but it also is a very productive networking organization where they hold every member very accountable and they actively bring each other business. My friend Keith Nitch, who is a realtor for Caldwell Banker Kennard Realty in Cleveland, Tennessee, a good friend and longtime supporter of Heartbeat Christian News, he joined a group in BNI down in Ottawa, Tennessee, and he is just raving about how helpful it's been to him. And what's great about BNI is, and I'm not making a referral fee on this because I'm not a member, but they only allow one person from each type of business in each group. And the meetings are very organized, they're very productive, and you don't come to those meetings unless you have helped bring business to another member in that group. So it works really well. The cost is going to run you about $1,000 a year, but again, it's 100% tax deductible. All right, mistake number 5, they don't follow up. Many sales happen after multiple follow-up contacts. You can use systems or a CRM to ensure opportunities don't slip away. The fortune is in the follow-up. On average, in sales, it takes 3 to 5 follow-ups, 3 to 5 contacts to generate a sale. But here's where a lot of business owners drop the ball. And it happens more often than it doesn't happen. They don't follow up with their former customers. They don't send them anything. I mean, a postcard is still an inexpensive way to follow up with your former customers. A text message, a phone call. Most people now, text messages are the number one thing that people read first before an email. And a lot of times, they like a text message instead of a phone call. And so why not set up your system to follow up with your customers every 6 months to say, hey, whether it be a postcard, you could do text messages once every 6 months, you do a postcard once a year, or just a flyer in the mail, handwritten addresses on the envelope. That's what gets people to open envelopes. Handwritten addresses, almost in every case, they're going to open that envelope. But just to say thank you. Thank you for your business. Thank you. Is there anything I can help you with? Do you know anyone that you would recommend me to? And again, if it's going to be a text message, keep it brief. Don't be too lengthy with it. But again, just to say thank you, just to follow up and say, whatever service I did for you or whatever product you bought from me, are you happy with it? Is there anything we could do to make it better? Would you recommend me to anyone? So, again, our topic today is why most small businesses fail before they ever succeed. You're listening to the Smart Small Business Show on franchiseradio.net. It's an original program. My name is Todd Abraham. I am a small business consultant. If you would like to reach out to me, you can do so. The first consultation is absolutely free, no pressure. And in that first session, I'm going to give you tips to help you, even if you never hire me. Okay? Even if you never hire me. But again, the purpose of this show is not to sell my consulting services, but it is to put the information out there to help you if you're a small business owner, like the Bible teaches. And this works whether you're a Christian or not. With wise counsel make thy war, and in the multitude of counselors there is safety. And if you look at the kings, like King David in the Old Testament, and all throughout, not just in the Bible, but in history, if you look at the kings who were successful, they had wise counselors. Daniel was a wise counselor to the kings that he served under, and they valued his counsel. So why don't you, as a small business owner, seek out wise counsel, especially if you are a Christian business owner, because that really is being obedient to the Word of God. There are groups that you can join on Facebook and LinkedIn where you can seek wise counsel. There are groups out there, multiple groups for any kind of business that there exists in the country, in the world, actually. So, again, it's a way to get wise counsel. It's a way to promote your business. I mean, there's so many resources out there, and you can use AI. AI has been phenomenal. I'm talking about the good part of AI. I'm talking about the part of AI that even helped me with this podcast, because I have a wealth of information from 30 years in business. And again, I've served in every aspect of business except being the CEO of a corporation. I've owned multiple businesses. Again, I currently own 4. And also, I've been a marketing consultant for quite a few businesses over the years, but I've served as marketing coordinator for a major corporation. I served as executive VP and vice president marketing for a corporation. And so I'm offering this experience again because I want to help small businesses succeed for the glory of God, even if you are not a Christian business owner. The only exception is I really am not trying to help businesses succeed that promote things that are not family-friendly, family-oriented, such as bars and liquor stores and vape shops. If all of those closed, not the restaurants, but if all the liquor stores closed and the CBD joints and the vape shops, I'd be a happy man. But either way, so listen, if you're a small business owner, and especially if you're just starting up, especially even if you're starting a franchise, which is a plug-and-play system, which is great, okay? Even if you're starting as a franchisee for a new business, you need wise counsel because their systems are plug and play, but you are new to the system and you're still a new business owner. So if you appreciate what we're doing here with the Smart Small Business Show, please let us know. You can reach out to me directly and just to say thank you or just to ask a question. My phone number is 423-405-4040. You can call or text me on that number. Again, 423-405-4040. You can send me an email, Todd, Todd, at christianfranchiseconsultant.com. I want to hear from you. I want suggestions on topics that we can do on the show that you need help with. And we'll research it, and we'll do a show specifically on that topic. And please help us get the word out. Help us get the word out to your other small business owners that you know, and subscribe, follow this show. Why? Because it's for your benefit. It is for your benefit. And so I want to thank you for tuning in to episode 4 of the Smart Small Business Show on franchiseradio.net, where we are hosted. This podcast goes out to about 15 to 20 major podcast networks, indexes, and you can also download the episodes from those particular platforms like Spotify, Amazon Music, Deezer, Podbean. There's so many, it's hard to keep track of. But again, my name is Todd Abraham. I want to thank you for tuning in. And until next time, the next episode, Lord willing, is episode 4, part 2, Why Most Small Businesses Fail Before They Ever Succeed. Thank you, and God bless.